So the goal in developing Mind Body Week for the Washington, D.C. area was to bring together practitioners of mind body practices and scientists in the field, for scientists to learn the practice of many of the mind body therapies that they're studying, and for practitioners to be brought up to speed in the forefront of the science of their practices. What is the data showing on the clinical benefits? For our top yoga practitioners and our Qigong practitioners, what is the state of the art in the science of these mind-body practices?
So singing is wonderful. It helps us open up our hearts and our throats, especially for women, because we don't use our voice enough. And for the men, love it. You help ground our energy. So this song came to me when I was going to Machu Picchu.
From the Mindfulness Center, and we're going to be interviewing. We have a quick question we wanted to know. Our mind-body practices, how are they affecting our health now, our genes, and the way that we age?
Basically, most people think of medicine as only surgery and pharmaceuticals. But 60 to 90% of visits to doctors are in the mind-body stress-related realm, poorly treated by drugs or surgeries. This is where mind-body can have an enormous effect. People have gone different directions, but finally, with a scientific base, we have shown that the mind can evoke a reaction that's opposite to that of stress, and that's called the relaxation response. And that is ever more becoming a part of medicine, affecting what could be a truly balanced form of medicine where we use drugs, surgeries, along with self-care, and in that self-care realm we have the relaxation response.
So how we define mind-body therapies, we need a category for wellness practices that don't fit in what we call traditional allopathic care, and wellness practices that we have not necessarily thought of as complementary approaches. What do we do with yoga when we learn that yoga has clinical applications, that yoga has therapeutic value, that yoga is a preventative form of medicine? What do we call this? We need a category for it. We call it a mind-body practice. What do we do with practices of Tai Chi and Qigong when we find out that they boost the immune system, that they're useful in treating cancer, that they play a role in wellness for people diagnosed with arthritis or depression? We call these mind-body therapies. So we lump all these things together as forms of mind-body practice. So that's how we define mind-body therapies.
How can the mind-body sciences bring change to our healthcare system, and in what way?
You're going to love this. The human body makes medicine every moment of every day for no cost. So nobody really is talking about this for some reason. It's kind of like a secret. And it's also tragic that it's a secret, because the medicine that the human body makes, number one, is particularly effective for that person. In other words, there are no side effects. You don't need any kind of a prescription. You don't even have to go to a doctor to turn the medicine on. So, I don't know, maybe it's a conspiracy. Sorry, I don't like to go there, but it seems strange that we know so much about how powerful we are, physiologically and emotionally. So the combination between the physiology and the emotions, that would be the mind-body, has this power to either suppress this medicine that we produce within our own body for no cost, or to turn on the medicine. So mind-body science is basically going to prove that so clearly. It actually already has proved that so clearly, that average citizens like ourselves will be able to take action to turn on the medicine within our own being, and therefore not need the medicine out there.
Toxins and sprains, but every time you do this, the toxins and tensions get a little less grain, a little closer to life. This is also something that's very good to do for your lungs, which is useful to do this time of the year. And as you do this, you can also visualize that your lungs are deeply filled with soft, whole white light. As you inhale, they become completely filled with soft, whole white light, and as they exhale, all the dirty stuff in your lungs, things that cause colds and flus, are just being expelled. And of course, there's a sound that goes with this.
What are your thoughts on using the words alternative in alternative health when speaking to the mind-body sciences?
I think the word alternative is a very difficult and troublesome word, because it has a person having to go through a linkage that is not user-friendly, that feels unfamiliar, feels troublesome, feels radicalizing, feels unfamiliar and strange, and not part of how things should really work. Just like the beautiful talk by Herbert Benson today. Pharmaceuticals, surgery, self-care.
Right.
And unless that's balanced, the system is not working in a balanced way. An alternative is really an inappropriate word.
What about health choice instead? And what does the effect of linguistics have, or word choice have, on how we make choices when it comes to our health?
Our unconscious is very much formed by linguistic symbols, whether we like it or not. It's not just a seething cauldron of id impulses, but it's linguistic symbols. And those symbols have all sorts of associations, that if we're using the wrong symbol, only certain type of people with certain type of histories can make alternative decisions. So you want a language, I don't know what the word is, complementary, whatever word, or maybe no word at all. Maybe it's just part of the whole system. Maybe no word at all is the best word.
Headphones, everyone find their headphones, are tilting forward. It increases the sway or the anterior curve of the lower back. So a lot of us stand like this, which is a little exaggerated, definitely exaggerated. It's called lordosis. Even though we all, our back has that curve, that is called lordosis. This is advanced lordosis right here. I'm just gymnast, you know, whatever. A lot of people have that. And so to get rid of that, we kind of go to what we call the neutral spine, which is just a slight anterior curve. And then to decrease and go the other way in a backward tilt, we end up rounding the lower back. So you can put your hands on the front hip bone and tilt forward. You can do this on the floor too, and tilt backward. When you tilt backward, that lower back is going to go into the mat. So inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, tilt back. It's a great exercise. Inhale, tilt forward, but not to overdo it.
Participating in Mind Body Week, one of the most heartening things was to see the cross-disciplinary interests, not only the practitioners interested in the science and the scientists interested in deepening their skills in the practice, but to see those who are experts in Chinese medicine participating in the Ayurvedic practices of yoga, to see everybody's interest in Yoga Nidra, the essential oils, and to see the coming together of community and students and clients and everybody alike participating together. You can feel the energy in the room. It's a wonderfully inspiring time that we live in, that we know so much about these practices, that we have such gifted teachers amongst our culture, and the unity of everybody coming together, working and practicing together. It was the most inspiring experience.
Really great menthol peppermint. Did I say around peppermint? No. Okay. Peppermint is actually a very strong oil, so you can smell it. Feel free to put a drop in your water and try it. But again, just one drop and shake it really well. Peppermint is great for concentration, it's great for digestive issues. With concentration, it's actually really important because what do we drink when we are tired, usually? Coffee. Coffee, exactly, caffeinated beverages. Not very good for our systems for all kinds of reasons. Coffee is extremely acidifying for the system. Also, it impacts our adrenal glands negatively, right? That's where a lot of, contributes to adrenal exhaustion. Peppermint will pick you up naturally without taxing your adrenal glands. Really key. If you have a headache, peppermint is great to use. You can put a drop on your temples or up here at the hairline. Be careful if you're doing it now because the peppermint vapors can be strong. So sometimes I know that if people put them too close to their eyes begin to get a little bit irritated. So nothing to worry about if it happens to you, but better not to do that. Keep in mind, if you're using an oil and you start feeling like maybe it's burning a little bit or I'm feeling uncomfortable, have a fatty oil nearby and just put a drop on top of your skin and it will dilute that action.
What is it that you'd like your students, either watching this or future students who are going to come to you at Unity Woods, what would you like them to walk away with?
Well, I'd like them to walk away with the idea that what makes yoga yoga and what's really important, not just as yoga, although yoga encompasses everything, but just life as a human being in this universe is about awareness and finding the ways that open you, your mind, your heart, your body, to a state of really being awake and aware to the amazing universe that's all around us.
Everybody enjoyed their experience, and there's been an overwhelming encouragement to continue. The next Mind Body Week DC will be in April 2013. We look forward to seeing you all again then. Thank you.